So, Kaizen. If you clicked on this video and have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, Kaizen is a Jujutsu Kaisen RPG that was recently released on Roblox. Currently, it's in the alpha stage, meaning that it's not finished yet. And there's still more to be added. So, if it's in dev, why am I making a review on it already? Well, the answer to that question is because from what we have in the game so far, it kinda sucks. It's a blunt way to put it, but at the moment, Kaizen is a generic bandit beater with very little that makes it appealing. In this video, I'll be starting off with the good parts of the game, before digging into the bad parts and what should be fixed. At the end, I'll average everything out, and summarize everything to help you decide if it's worth your time. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so to start off with what's good about the game, it has some pretty cool features that aren't usually seen in other games. You can use your Curse Sense tool to see the locations of everything on the map, and this is a great touch that I really like. In addition to this, the map looks pretty decent, all things considered. It's not some standout god tier map, but it's good enough to serve its purpose. I also think that NPC dialogue is nice, but I gotta say, it is way too edgy. Even though it's a nice touch, it does kind of feel like someone forced a robot to read isekai power fantasies, and then made it write a conversation. Still, they obviously put some thought into it, so good on them. The effects and animations for this game, while not amazing, are decent, so no complaints there either. Overall, the game does have a basic foundation that on the surface doesn't have any noticeable flaws. It's only when you actually get into the game that the issues begin to pop up, so the devs did their first impression pretty well. Unfortunately, the issues that pop up when you actually start playing are pretty major, which is what we'll be talking about next. Alright, so the main issue that pretty much everyone who played this game will realize is that it's a bandit beater, and it's a terrible bandit beater at that. There is a story mission, and for like 10 minutes, it's satisfying enough to keep your attention. However, once you get the mission to join Jujutsu High, well, I'll let the clip speak for itself.
Bruh.
That's right. Before we can continue the story, you have to relentlessly grind all the way up from basically starting the game to level 50. If you don't already understand the issue with this, well, using my playthrough as an example, it took me nearly an hour of repeating the same quests over and over again just to get to level 45. If you have so much time to waste that you'd be satisfied doing something for hours with no apparent end in sight, then all the power to you. But I think most of us can agree that this is bad game design. It's not just the story that has this issue though, because this is where currency comes into play. See, to unlock better items and curse techniques, you'll have to buy them with yen. Curse techniques are unlocked through a Blox fruit style stock, while items are found in shops around the map. You can also unlock certain items through modules that drop off a rare chance, but that's way too rare to be a reliable method. The process of grinding yen is slow, ridiculously slow. It'll take you more hours of grinding to continue the storyline and get a decent weapon than it'll take you to watch some random movie on Netflix. And since the grinding process basically boils down to kill 5 bandits with literally no variation, except the Project Slayer's log quest, it's not a good experience at all. So, in essence, the gameplay sucks, and if the gameplay sucks, there's not really much I can make up for it. There's even more to rant about though, because the systems regarding combat in this game are weird. There's a block bar, which is pretty normal, but there's also a parrying system that has such a weird delay on things that it's hard to really understand. Your parry only activates a short amount of time after you actually block, instead of it being a window that activates right when you press the block button. This means that your parries are essentially delayed, so instead of timing your block, you're more so predicting when your opponent will attack, and then once the parry window actually triggers, praying that their attack hits. Weird combat system, and though it's unique, it's definitely not good. There's also the issue of the M1 combat being a bit janky as a whole, but honestly, I'll cut them some slack here since it's pretty hard to develop genuinely good M1 systems. Maybe it'll be improved, maybe it won't. At the current stage, it's just pretty average. However, there's one final issue with the game that I've noticed so far, and that's the concept of spinnable clans. Man, I wonder what other game has this concept which caused massive problems for balance in PvP. Yeah, this game has clans too, and they're just like every other clan system. Buy them with Robux, some are rarer than others, common clans are useless, top tier clans are overpowered. Classic pay-to-win systems that are designed only to get the devs a bit more cash to fill their pockets with. It's a terrible system, and maybe making it so that there's a way to get clans without stealing your mom's credit card could at least alleviate this issue somewhat. The devs can still make money off of new people who want to start off with some god tier clan, but there are ways for people who genuinely want to become stronger to get there without paying. Pay to win is bad, end of story. So, taking in all of these issues, is Kaizen worth your time? Well, if you couldn't already tell from the title of this video, not really. If you genuinely like the bandit beater style of gameplay, then feel free to play. Even if you don't like that style of gameplay, go take a look for yourself. My opinion isn't the end-all be-all of things, so you can go in and form your own thoughts. However, from what I've seen of it, you'd be better off spending those 2 hours it takes to reach level 50, watching TV, or something else. If it takes hours of doing the same repetitive process over and over again, without any form of variation or change, to get somewhere in a game, then chances are that game isn't worth your time. Again, feel free to check out the game yourself, since the link will be in the description below, and form your own opinion on it. It's a bit like Blox fruits if that's what you like. Anyways, with that being said, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed watching, please like and subscribe since it helps out a lot. As always, I'm you eternally, and I'll see you next time in another video. Bye!